So first of all, this is not a summer top. Let me show you these excellent projects. This one is Anne. Did I show this one already? I got distracted or confused. I don't think I've shown this one yet. This is Anne, another fabulous, fabulous pair of socks. The main colorway there is Sprinkles and then Stargazer and Neon Moon and Go Big or Go Home. Why am I having deja vu? Did I show these last week? Well, if I did, they are so awesome. They are worth showing again. Let me just tell you. Okay. And then Anne also finished her Fiorellino that she made in peach tea. And I don't know if you can see it there. It's a little bit hidden by the blocking mats. And it looks like my cropping job may have done it as well. But she's got bottle green on the edges there on her cuff. And I can't tell if it's down at the bottom too, maybe. Anyway, it looks splendiferous. I love it. There were also, I noticed Anne was posting, I think she posted this morning, a couple pictures that I didn't get whip pics made of, but they will be happening next week. She is at the top of her knitting game right now. Thank you very much. Cheryl Guin has, if y'all remember, This is Bright. She's doing on sparkly sock for her granddaughter. And she has split for the sleeves and is now working on the body. You and I are we're in very similar places. She's probably beyond that now. And then Laura is moving right along on her extra light bright. I don't know what the new colors are down there, but I thought I'd show y'all. This is a fabulous, fabulous example of a speckled fade that she's got going on here. I absolutely love it. Very nicely done. And then Angie posted hers. Hey, Cindy. Sorry, I just happened to remember to pop over, look at Instagram. Glad you're here. This is Angie's socks that she is making with Hidden Gem. And I gotta say, I didn't realize, I know I should know this. She's making a pair of shorty socks out of her monthly mini color club, Hidden Gem. I love how that is knitting up. And I didn't realize there was enough yarn to do a pair of shorties in those. So fantastic. I love it very much, Angie. Thank you for sharing those with us. Angie's going to Scotland, by the way, so you all know. You can be jealous right along with me. This is Everdina's Fiorellino. She said, am I there yet? Nope, not yet. I know it gets to a point and it feels like that, but she might be there by now. I don't know. But this is Purple Leaf Plum, and it is looking mighty fine. Look at those tonal variations in there. Angie says you got to have short feet. Hey, whatever it takes. And then Teresa is making slow but steady progress on her summer top. I forget the colorway that Teresa's using. I don't remember. I'm sorry, Teresa. I should probably know that. I know you've said it at some point, but I don't remember. So, and then this one, Barbara sent me on Messenger. She has Purple Leaf Plum in there, and she also has Bottle Green. And that is called she told me it's called the Mini Solutions Scarf. And she said that she's modified it somewhat. So I don't have the details on that, but it kind of looks like the shape of a scarf that I would like for sure. And then Erica says, this is her, oh gosh, the Lizzie sweater. That's the name of it. And she's using the Stargazer and Sprinkles. She says the body is knitting up so fast. She thinks it's because of the awesome yarn. Well, I certainly concur. And then Cindy says, may not work for my size 9s. Yeah, using a mini skein for a pair of shorty socks may not work. You could use it as part of the color work. But yeah, I know. I understand. I have size 8, and I'm not sure that they would work for me either. All right. Mary Ellen is all but done with her Fiorellino. She is using the colorway Vintage. And again, look at those tonal changes or shifts in that shirt. I love it so much. That looks awesome. Y'all are doing amazing. And again, I think, like I said, there were a couple of pictures posted this morning that I just didn't have time to grab. So I will show those next week. Thank you, Emily. Emily from Crochet Away is here. And oh, Barbara, you just added a few mid-section eyelet rows. Oh, that's smart. So easy enough for anybody to do. I like that. Very nice. Yeah, that's a good way to modify any shawl pattern, that a simple shawl pattern. For me anyway. I'm sure some people could modify theirs much more than that, but not I. I tend to follow patterns pretty I'm trying to think about that. I don't know. Sometimes I modify things. Anyway, let me show you where I am at on my Fiorellino. Oops, I'm losing my yarn. I'm almost done with my first cake. And I have indeed split for the sleeves. I think that is the front. So I tried it on before I split because I wanted to make sure that, because you all remember the gauge issue that I had. Basically, my gauge swatch was null and void, and I didn't care enough to try it again. So I tried this on, and it looks like it's not fitting there. I don't know, did I grow overnight? But when I tried it on, it actually did. It fit very nicely. Seemed to have the perfect amount of ease so far. So now that I've split for the sleeves, I'll knit for a couple of inches, and then I'll try it on again, just to kind of see where I'm at and make sure everything is the way that it should be. So yeah. And then after that, I need to show y'all what I want to make next. But I'm already planning my next summer top. But in the meantime, y'all know, so a week from today, no, not from today, a week from tomorrow, I will be at Knit and Stitch Boutique doing a trunk show. If you're local, please come see me. And then I'm also teaching class. I don't know where it stands. There might still be some openings in the class if you're curious about working with hand-dyed yarns. I'll mainly be focusing on what to do with those wild and crazy skeins. I say wild and crazy. They don't have to be wild and crazy, but like any yarn that has a color repeat to it, because there are some little idiosyncrasies. And some of you, just from years of knitting, have probably figured out those idiosyncrasies on your own and by working with different patterns. But if you're not, or you have some skeins that you're like, I just don't know what to do with this, then that's what I'll be focusing on in the class. So anyway, the link for that, you can, if you scroll down on my website, there's a link that takes you to the Knit and Stitch page, which is where you sign up for the class. But because of that class, I'm working on some samples, and this is one of them. So y'all remember last week I did Fat Tuesday. I showed you let me grab it here. The Fat Tuesday Stay Toasty scarf. The name of the pattern is Stay Toasty, but I did it in the Fat Tuesday colorway. And then this is it's just a tube that I knit that I'm going to use in the class. I'm not going to tell you about it now because that's the point of the class. And then and that's done on DK. And then I had some fingering left over from, if y'all remember, the socks that I knit for my sister-in-law. I forget the name of the socks. Anyway, they've already been gifted and sent off, but I used fingering weight Fat Tuesday in that. And so now I'm knitting up another fingering sample in that. So I have a couple more little samples that I need to knit up for the class because I want to show them some things. So yeah, so that's what I've been working on. And the good thing about it is that, when you're just knitting stockinette like this, I did this yesterday in just a couple of hours. Super fast. Makes me feel so accomplished. I might have to make a Ravelry page for my little sample knits, so it helped me meet my challenge of the year. All right. So speaking of Knit and Stitch, by the way, hey, Sharon, thank you so much. I'm glad that you're here. Hey, Cindy, glad you're here as well. And then Cindy Nicholas says, you've been stuck in limbo for a couple months with your knitting. Oh no, I hate it when that happens. Yeah, sometimes I don't know what the answer is. I know for me, sometimes if I just force myself, I say, okay, I'm going to do 10 minutes. I don't feel like it today. So I'm going to make myself do 10 minutes. And then if I still don't feel like it, then I will put it up. And if I do change, then I can keep on knitting. And usually for me, I will keep on knitting. Not always. Sometimes nope, I'm done. I'm going to go read my book. So that's what I do. Anyway, speaking of Knit and Stitch Boutique, I showed y'all last week the gradient that I dyed up. I think I still have it on here. Yep, here it is. This is a gradient called Midsummer. It goes from spruce. You can see over there on the right is kind of dark, but that's a spruce green. It goes into a Hiberna blue and then a deep mauvey purplish mauve color there on the left. And they have it on pre-order again, and I'm getting those dyed up for her for it. They're raising money. It's the longest day of the year project. It's a collaboration she's doing with Ann Budd, and I believe a certain amount of money gets donated to Alzheimer's. That sound right? Sounds right to me. It's going for a good cause, put it that way. So anyway, that is on the front page of their website again. And I think last week she said someone had an issue with the link, but it is up and working again. So you can still get your pre-order in for